The subject compressible fluid flow for civil services main, IFS and GATE aerospace exam. The next topic in the normal shock relation is, or the next normal shock relation is Hognett equation. So in this equation we will derive the relationship between thermodynamic variable across shock, um, not considering velocity and Mach number in the final equation, okay, or excluding velocity and Mach number. So we will derive just the relationship between thermodynamic variable are pressure, temperature and volume, or we will derive here the relationship between pressure and volume before and after shock. So starting from the continuity equation, U2 is equal to U1 rho 1 by rho 2, because continuity equation is rho 1 U1 is equal to rho 2 U2, so U2 will be here U1 rho 1 by rho 2. So this is equation number 20. Numbering the equations, uh, continuing from the topic 1 or normal reaction 1 to 2. Okay. Now this next equation number is 20. And now we use this equation to substitute it into momentum equation. Momentum equation is P1 plus rho 1 U1 square is equal to P2 plus rho 2 U2 square. So putting U2 here, it will be P2 plus rho 2 rho 1 U1, sorry, rho 1 U1 divided by rho 2 whole square. So this will be your equation number 20. So from this now we have only U1. So from this we can find out U1 square. So it comes out as P2 minus P1 divided by rho 2 minus rho 1 multiplied by rho 2 by rho 1. So this is equation number 22. So if we take here U1 in terms of U2, so we can derive U2 square also. So U2 square will be here P2 minus P1 divided by rho 2 minus rho 1 multiplied by rho 1 by rho 2. So this is equation number 23. So this is 22, this is 23. Now we have the value of U1 and U2 in terms of P1, P2, rho 2 and rho 1. So now we'll use energy equation, and energy equation is H1 plus U1 square by 2 is equal to H2 plus U2 square by 2, because these three equations are satisfied across the shock. First is continuity, second is momentum, and third is the energy equation. Now H is equal to E plus P by rho, or E plus PV. E is the internal energy, so it will be E1 plus P1 by rho 1 plus U1 square by 2. Okay. So this is your H, and this H2 is E2 plus P2 by rho 2 plus U2 square by 2. So this will be your energy equation in terms of internal energy and pressure and specific volume or density. So now we can put this value of U1 and U2 here in this equation, putting this and solving it. So this is equation number 25, and solving it we will get E2 minus E1 is equal to P1 plus P2 divided by 2 bracket 1 by rho 1 minus 1 by rho 2. So this is equation number 20. So this is your V1, this is your V2. Okay. So this is so this will become as E2 minus E1 is equal to P1 plus P2 by 2 bracket V1 minus V2. Change in specific volume is V2 minus V1. Okay. So we can take negative sign here, add this is just average pressure, and can take this as change in specific volume. So this is change in internal energy E2 minus E1, and this is average pressure, and this is change in specific volume, and this is negative. Okay. So it means change in internal energy is equal to negative of average pressure into change in specific volume. So this somewhere reminds us first law of thermodynamics for adiabatic process. If there is no heat added, then internal energy is equal to negative of work done. So that is the case here. This is your average pressure, this is your specific volume. Okay, so now in words we can write it. Change in internal energy equal the mean pressure across the shock times the change in specific volume. This strongly reminds us the first law of thermodynamics with del Q is equal to 0 for adiabatic process across the shock. Okay. So now you need not to remember the final derivation of the Rankine-Equivalent equation. Just remember this. This is easy to remember. Del E is equal to negative of pressure, average pressure into specific volume G. Or you can remember the first law of thermodynamics for adiabatic process where here the pressure is average pressure and where this is your change specific volume. Okay. And putting del Q is equal to 0. So and you can drive the complicated equation like this, putting putting E is equal to CVT and T is equal to PV by R. Okay. So E2 is your CVT2 and E1 is your CVT1. Okay. And this part is same. Okay. Here it was E2 minus E1, so putting E2 as CVT2 and E1 as CVT1. And now T is your PV by R. P is pressure, V is stress volume, R is characteristic gas constant. So now we can put P2 and P1, P2 V2 by R and P1 V1 by R. Okay, and CV is your R gamma minus 1, so R will cancel out, so we can write this whole as P2 V2 minus P1 V1 divided by gamma minus 1. Okay, and this side is same. So now we can make some modification in the equation and take P2 term on one side and P1 term on other side. So solving this we will get the relationship between P2 by P2 P1 V2 V1, and this final equation is called Rankine-Hognett equation. Okay. You can see that you can solve you can drive it yourself, and this is your final equation. And this is difficult to remember. Just remember this first law of thermodynamics. Okay, and solve the question if it is asked in the. Just remember this, and you know E2 is sorry, E is your CVT. You know the value of CV. You know the formula of CV. Okay, and you know T in terms of P and V from ideal gas equation, state equation. Okay, so just remember this, and final result you can try. Okay. And in exam also this part, if question it comes, this part, question will be asked from this part.